Happy Friday, May 15th, 2026, everybody. This is Gen X Speaks. Today, I haven't done a video in a while, and I just realized that. So I did happen across a video from Hawk's podcasts, where he was discussing Tradwife. And you know, a lot of times I tend to do videos that parrot some of the things I've seen that I feel are kind of important to talk about. And I often do this actually with Hawk quite a bit, because we do think quite a bit alike. But this one is about tradwives. And I think this is a subject that needs to be talked about a lot more on social media as a danger for young women and women who are looking to be married and become this traditional wife icon, or whatever the hell you call it. The phenomena is weird. It is definitely deeply religious. It's typically seen in evangelical Christian circles. It is a pipeline to Christian nationalism and white supremacy, frankly. And a lot of people are going to hear that and be like, "Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous." No, it really is. And this is the reality behind it. And this is what we need to talk about. This is something that is being masked as what the Bible wants or whatever. But you also have to look at the Bible for what it is. The Bible is a patriarchal device. Okay, it is a bastion of the patriarchy. And I'm sorry, it is. Now, that's not to say that you can't find some value in some of what the Bible says. I will stress some of what the Bible says, but to be fair, it is not the book that most people think it is. And I know if you're Christian or if you're a religious person, you're not necessarily going to believe what I just said. But reality is what reality is. If you followed, as a Christian, the words of Jesus, for the most part, the words of Jesus is good stuff. He's not patriarchal. Or those words are not as patriarchal. But the problem is most Christians cherry pick what they want from the Bible. And they tend to cherry pick a lot of the patriarchal stuff. So traditional wives, in a nutshell, basically believe they should be stay-at-home moms. Their purpose in life is to raise children and please their husbands. Their husbands go and work and they bring in the livelihood for the family. And they come home and they need to disconnect and they expect their wife to do everything for them. That's what it means to be a traditional wife, a trad wife. And the idea is, of course, then your husband will provide everything for you and will make you happy by making him happy and blessing you with children. This is a farcical dream that is far from reality. And Hawk pointed out when he was talking about this, of course, he was an attorney for many years. And toward the end of his tenure as an attorney, he was a family law guy. And he made a point of saying, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this happen where these women have no other source of income and they've relied on their husband to do everything. And then the guy turns out to be cheating on her with, one or multiple people, or, like he said, there was, times where, they have a 19-year-old man in the Castro in San Francisco somewhere where, they were having a relationship with him. They come to find these things out. And then the man always wants to then fight spousal support and fight child support. And he said almost universally, the lifestyle or the quality of life for the husband goes up in a divorce, whereas the quality of life for the wife and children goes down. And this is the danger of it. If you are a woman and you think that that is the way to go, what happens? What happens? Number one, if you were to have a situation now, and I will point out, if you do have a husband that cheats, the churches typically blame the woman. They say, well, it's your fault. You're not keeping your man happy. And they give the guy a pass. I mean, it's great to be a white man in white Christianity, but it's not so great to be a woman. They give the man a pass and they blame the woman. So they say, you have to get it together to keep your family together. It's all on you. It's your fault. He didn't do any wrong. He was tempted because you didn't provide enough of what he needed, which is, of course, ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's just, it's a farcical fantasy. But anyway, the point I want to make here is that women need to not fall prey to this. And you are falling into, and I'll give you this example. Look at Donald Trump. Look at Pete Hegseth. Both of those men have cheated on every wife they've ever had, have been accused of grape, and one is religious, very religious, obviously Hegseth. The other one claims to be religious but doesn't have a religious bone in his body. Nonetheless, they're being elevated by white Christian nationalists in today's society as examples somehow. They're the worst examples possible. They're the worst examples possible. Literally a criminal and an alcoholic, both of whom have cheated on every single wife they've had multiple times. And in Trump's case, we know he's in the Epstein files. Yet you want to hold them to some standard? And preachers, if you have preachers that are telling you that these people are good or that you have to please your man and that it's your fault if he cheats, they're not worth a shit either. They're pieces of shit. And you need to get the hell out of that church. Anyway, ladies, women, particularly young women who are just coming into this world of wanting to be married and have children, do not accept a man at all who you can't see as a partner in life. That's the key to all of this. You want a partner, not to be part of ownership, his ownership. Tradwife, not something to aspire to. Y'all have a good day.